the controlling mechanism of our new world, okay? And all these other countries have to get in line with what he's wanting to do. Case in point, Canada, UK, Germany, and all these fraudulent leaderships, such as France as well, Macron or whatever his name is, and some of these other countries that are not in line, Trump is going to go in there because they have been doing a basic terrorism on their own people, such as what's happening in most of these countries right now. It's a, in Canada, it's a soft kill, but it is a kill. You can see it as very, very, plain to see. And I'm sure that's what's happening in England and Australia and New Zealand and, places in, the Philippines, but the Filipinos rising up because they've had enough of it. And they're starting to see, a lot of big protests, such as even in Mexico right now, lots of protests, but those regimes will be removed. And basically right now, on how this is going, he's pointing and probing or poking the kids that are in Ottawa right now, these children that think that they have something over. The regime that is in Ottawa right now, and of course in England and Australia and New Zealand, will not assimilate, and they're being shown that they're not being able to assimilate with what the rest of the world is wanting, which is the people's choice. And they're going to be, they're basically being hung out there. Trump will never point the finger at somebody and then start a childish argument. No, what he's going to do is put him in the spotlight. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's putting Stallmer in the spotlight. He's putting Macron and that other guy from Germany. I forget his name. Please put his name out there, the president or chancellor of Germany, whoever he is. And again, Australia, put his name out there. And New Zealand, put their name out there. Canada, of course, we know, Carney. These are all these DS players that are being put in the spotlight by the Global Alliance and Trump administration to show everybody out there exactly their criminal activity. Okay? That's what's happening. Now, this Rodrigo Paz, basically, their election came up, and the people of Bolivia overwhelmingly went and voted this Rodrigo Paz in, although many people, I'm sure, had perished and, through the fighting and the election fighting and everything was going on, but he did make it in there. So now, now that him and Trump, and they're buddies, they're friends, like they are, Argentina's friends with Trump, and we have to check on Brazil to see if the president there is in line with whatever's going on. Now, you're seeing this all unfold and develop. And these countries, such as Japan, did not have Nobby, I think his name was before. He was a deep state insurgent. Okay, and he was taken out, and basically, whether he was assassinated or whatever, as you had witnessed back then, by whatever, or just taken out and whatever happened there. But the new lady that's in there now is definitely pro-Trump. So their country is turning around, and we're not going to see anything of our country's turnaround until it's time that our the DS leadership in our respective countries have been removed. Okay, I know that was a mouthful, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. Trump is changing a regime, with from commie controllers, and he's changing them one country at a time. And then once that is all done, then you're going to see, and you see, we're witnessing all this disclosure right now. And that's what's happening. This disclosure that's going on there right now around the world is for everybody that has their eyes open and their thinking caps on to witness, and, is all part of the awakening process. Okay. Okay. How you doing? Q plus is Trump. Yes, it is. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Ware. Yeah, we're going to have to watch this all unfold. How you doing, Michelle? How's my sister doing? Michelle, oh yeah, Gen X. Judy, how you doing? How you doing, Linda? Good to see you. Our brave soldiers fought on the banks. Yeah, I know. And, the British, Canadians and the British were in many, many parts. I know my father he was sent into Italy, the Anzio campaign. That was a brutal fight. Linda from Florida, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you. Babby Joe and Vinny, Cookie, Cheryl, questions, comments, keep it in capital letters. Thank you very much. Death threats made against Rupert Lowe. I'm not sure who Rupert Lowe is. You have to elaborate on that, please. Any intel coming in, please drop it in the comments so we can get the information out there. Anything that you may know. Good morning to you. Thankful for you, and well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. How you doing, Andy? Scotland, Scotland dude here. Good to see you. Yeah, welcome, Scotland. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same situation, dealing with these inserted DS leadership, regimes. They're basically, like the Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, and all these other ones, that have Trump derangement syndrome. They're showing their true colors off. They talk more about how much they hate Trump and then actually taking care of their own country, because they know they know that they don't do anything to begin with, and they're sucking money out of the economy. Quite frankly, I think a lot of Canada has finally waken up. They're getting sick and tired because they're getting hit in the pocketbook. They're getting hit at the grocery store, the gasoline stations, and it's not a pretty sight. So, people are complaining. They're complaining all over. Yep. And Jimmy Savile, yeah, they're all going down. I think they're dealing with body doubles there. They're not, the originals have all been taken to the YMCA. Yep. Yeah, and like I said, these people that have done, especially the 2020 CVD, CV19 episode, and the, you know what I'm talking about, that went on there. They've got documents and have documentation on everybody and anything. And yeah, med beds are rolling out. They are underway, and they're just going to get more plentiful. We're changing from the old matrix, all the old stuff that was negative in our world. That's why I'm saying walk out of it, walk away from it, and start getting into start planning for the shift, and keep an open mind, and your open chakras happening. Get out in the sun. Do some sun gazing in the morning to melt that fluoride off of your pineal gland, right? Really, your pineal glands are opening because you're assimilating. shit is really screwed up, right? You know, we were living in a matrix, a simulation before, thinking that this is all normal, but it was all this. That's all kabuki theater. It's everything that we're living around right now, knowing that, you know, it was all made up by, you know, by these. It's not real. What we're walking into is going to be real. Okay. And that's including all the advanced technology, and you know, we're going to be cleaning the earth as what is happening right now. It's the big shift, and you know, we got to get on board and ride the wave, right? Yeah. Just like I said, watch the scams. These people wanting to send $5,000. I mean, just do not buy into anything right now, please. Do not send any money out. These are games that are going on, and people are been getting scammed left, right, and center because they promise you the world and then don't deliver anything. Okay, just keep your money in your pocket. You know me, I'm, you know, Alex West. You know, QFS is free. Alex West is here. I've never asked for money. I've never sent money out. Okay, other than to the needy when I do, but I've been shafted there too. So I've just stopped everything, any type of financial interaction on this internet. If I have to go pay a bill or pay something, I'll go right down to the bank and pay for it. I'll pull the money out of my pocket and put it in my account and say, this is for that. That's it. It's very, very analog, very old school. And the convenience, especially with these tap cards, they're getting shafted because there's so many the skin that's over top of the they have devices that pick up that frequency and will document all the numbers going in there, and you get money taken out of your account without even you knowing it. That's why I say stay away from the tap cards. Go back to the old card that you have to push in, right? Don't use credit cards because, I mean, you can go ahead and use them, but stop paying on them. They are a thing of the past, and that's part of the old system. Now, a little bit of tidbit here. Putin, 2.0 Putin, is basically related to Melania, and they are part of the Romanovs. And they are coming back in full force and will be, Melania will be queen once we go into the new, once after the shift. That's what I'm getting. I just finished. I'm still listening to actually Gene Decode and Nick Vigneaumon right now. It's very interesting that's going on there, and I'm getting a lot of good information out of there. And it's, you have to take what Gene Decode's saying very seriously. You watch live for 200 minutes. Oh. Well, that's good. I guess that, you're learning, you're assimilating with whatever it is that's happening. That's good. Yeah. Is it true that the med beds are available in the UK? Yes, they are. They're going to be available worldwide. And I expect them to be the hospitals that you're around and what's happening right now. The old stuff is like I had mentioned before. You're going to see military level technicians come in and basically transform. I know in the United States right now, 6,900 plus hospitals were basically taken over by the military, and they were told to the guilty, whoever was in there was taken out, and of course all the pharmaceutical Rockefeller system equipment was taken out and being replaced with with med beds. There's all the jabberoonies and all that type of cocktails were taken off the shelves. There's huge major lawsuits going on with that. I don't expect them to survive any longer. You're going to find out as we start doing the shift that your dreams, you're going to have more and more dreams, and that's all part of the process. So, keep keep yourself informed, and it's good and healthy that you do these dreams. It shows that there's lots of sparks happening out there, right? Up there. When I believe right now, Cuba is on its last legs. They don't have any oil and fuel, and and we're going to all have to go through this as the change does happen, because these controllers or whatever's happening when this lights go out, there is going to be a period of darkness. How you doing, Queenla? How you doing, Ivy and Riley? Hey, Mel. Diane, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. Celtic salt and a glass of H2O. You can do hot coffee and, to open up the blood vessels. Yeah. Salt is extremely important. That relaxes the blood vessels and cleanses you out of parasites, and it also relaxes the blood vessels and and relaxes the arteries. Yeah. They said, don't eat salt. You watch this or watch that. And it's not because maybe the doctors are lying, but the doctors have been taught a totally different system. And the system that they have been taught is, has been brainwashing, basically. Brainwashing to not help humanity. Sean from New Orleans, how are you doing today? Good morning to everybody. Yes, good to see you. And welcome. Much obliged to you too. How you doing, Mike? I'm UK. Nice to yeah. How you doing, Lynn? Truth time. Every day we go out there, we try to hunt down for the truth, and things that will. You got to listen to your heart, your intuition. Things that you don't simulate, things that kind of give you a negative vibe. That's your heart talking to you, your intuition. So listen to what your intuition's saying. There will be negative, but it's a lot better to know what's happening around you right now than rather than walk amongst this valley of death and not see what's going on. And that's the unfortunate thing with with what we're witnessing right now with the big shift. There's going to be millions that don't make the shift. Yeah. It's very, very clear. Okay. How you doing, Mama? Yeah. Hello to you. I just can't catch your name. Yes, don't trust anybody who wants you to set up a QFS account. It's already set up. How you doing? Mary from Scotland is in the house. Welcome. How you doing, Twinkle Toes? As soon as I get any funds, I'm out of this system. Yes, I know what you mean. Yep. I mean, I am, letting people know, maybe a little bit too late, but because the market is already down, but, you're tied to the banks. Obviously, the banks are still up and running. And I have this sense that Trump doesn't have control of the whole financial system yet. Otherwise, we would see, as we know, that silver and gold took another big dive, and that's fine, because it's all simulated, it's all manipulated, and we know the value of what God's money is going to be on the other side. So go out and keep it, hold on to it, and go out and even buy more. Okay, I can't emphasize that much. If you got an extra couple $100 or an extra $1,000, go out there and buy more silver, buy copper. There is copper right now. I mean, I just did a price there the other day on a 12-foot piece of 2-inch, which is about that big, 2-inch pipe, copper for 12 feet. That was $450. So that's copper. And so nobody can tell me that it's not gone up in value. Like 2 years ago, that might have been $100. 2-3 years ago. Now it's $450. That's going to go up too. They're calling it an industrial metal, but it will soon be a precious metal based on all its properties that it has inside. At one time, in the ancient times, silver was valued more than gold. And that was worldwide. Grand Rising, brother and sister. I've been following Alex for years. He comments on my posts, but everyone else ignores me. I'm not sure. And I didn't catch your name. Is it Rob? Rob Martin. Where are you from, Rob? Give a shout out where you're from. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, close. Army, good to see you. How you doing, Eric? My power at home is glitching. Yes, I know, Lena. It's in Canada right now. There's a lot of things that are glitching. I am actually surprised I've got Wi-Fi because it was glitching out yesterday. That's why I was hesitant about getting on. And if it's the only reason why I don't come on is because my Wi-Fi or power is glitching. I mean, we are, they're out there doing the test right now, ready for the blackout. How you doing, Val? Yep. Yeah, well, people have been saying, if you want to start selling your diamonds, I would do that. I don't know what diamonds and what the value of diamonds are going to be on the other side. I'm just saying I would much prefer to have silver and gold, in lieu of having diamonds. I just don't see unless they have some kind of, galactic power to it. I'm not sure, but, and this thing about cryptos, I mean, silver, gold, platinum, palladium, all these other metals are considered, 4 of them, which is gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, are all considered currency, okay, to this day. They've always been considered currency. It's just that the central banks have been replaced that beautiful metal currencies with their fake fiat, worthless, contaminated fiat money, paper. And they've been saying, and they've always had this they've spent billions and billions of dollars campaigning on not to hold the metals, and it's worthless and whatever. But, of course, the truth is finally coming out. And I can tell you right now, all the old fiat currencies that were run by these central banks, that money's going to be worthless. And, there's a glitch there saying that, well, if the old fiat money is going to be worthless, well, why are we buying foreign currency? That's got nothing to do with the US dollar. It's got nothing to do with the EU or the pound. Okay. Those currencies will die because those were the overlord currencies that ran the planet. Okay. All these other currencies that are fiat currencies, they were manipulated. Okay. If they got too strong, case in point with Iraq, The Iraq was invaded, and same with if the Libyan money got too strong. Case in point, they were attacked, and the country was was left totally invaded. All their gold and everything was stolen, and their dollar was manipulated down. It's the same as Vietnam, same as Indonesia, same as all these countries. Now you get take the shackles off these countries, and that money's going to fly. They're ready for a revaluation right now. So that is the difference. I want to clarify that with everybody out there, that this that is happening right now is focused on anything that has a dollar sign in front of it. Canadian, Australian, New Zealand, okay? Even the Japanese yen was revaluated. And that was back in the day or whatever it was. They became a very, very strong currency, which was the Japanese yen. They flew, after the Second World War, their economy was rebuilt extremely fast. And, this is why you're going to see that go out and buy Japanese yen, because it's going to go 1-to-1. Right now, I think it's 107, 108 yen for every Canadian dollar. And we're 40% less than the United States right now. The United States, their dollar has to be destroyed because it's got demonic symbolism all over it. The seeing eye and whatever, all this other garbage that you could find in it, right? It's demonic money. And and the pound is too. If you look at the pound, you'll see demonic stuff on it. And same with the EU. It's all has their own symbolism on it. Yes, Iraq dinar is worth buying. Yes, it is. But so is I find you're going to get a bigger kick from the Vietnamese dong if you can get a hold of it. It's still available. Sean from Quebec, how you doing? Yeah. Bonjour. How you doing, Linda and Kiro? Good to see you. Kiro is Japanese, I think. Hey, Holger. How you doing, Ed? And Muriel? Free this world, yes. Randall, how you doing? And Mary Ellen? And Lady K9. Kamala. And I didn't get Constance, Maine, or whatever it was. Ellie, TJ, Vet, Bibby, how you doing all? Welcome, Lori from Alabama. How you doing, Shinebo? You got 5 million dong? Okay, that's is going to be, how you doing, Mean and Lindsay? 5 million dong is going to, if you get the redemption center, could be 50 mil. Yeah. Take the money out of the credit union. Absolutely. Take the money out of everything right now. Leave your accounts open. Put a couple $100 in it. But, even 107, one of the, Trump's inner circle is telling everybody now he's exactly what I'm saying. Silver dropped to $68. And that's fine. That's all paper. They're dropping it because they have control of the COMEX. They got control of the Wall Street. They got control of all the what's that other one that's out there right now? All the metals that come out there on these graphs and everything that tells you exactly what the metals are. They got control of all that, and that's what's telling me that they do not have. That's why Trump doesn't have control of that right now. So just let them fly. Go out there and buy your metals, and wait for these crackers to get arrested. Yes, the banks, credit unions, everything's going to go down. They're all tied together. Do we trade our metals at the Redemption Center? No. You hang on to them. That's a store of wealth. Just hang on to it. You don't trade it off. You'll have no problem selling your metal on when we get to the other side. But redemption centers are all about the to trade off and get your dashboards and your wallets all set up and your quantum financial set up. It's already going to be done there at the redemption centers. Okay. Yes. And I'm still, yep. Thank you. You used to listen to me when I was in the Philippines. Yeah. Yeah. I was there. I mean, I got back, I think around February, and, I'll be ready to go back there in a couple months time. Yeah. I missed my home, but I have I do camper life in British Columbia and enjoy it, but I'm only here to get this redemption center pushed through. And if it doesn't happen by, say, September, October, August, July, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I'm just playing everything by ear. I'm not planning ahead. I'm just protecting myself like everybody should be. I have a large sum of money coming in a way of a check, I guess it is. What should I do? Well, first of all, go down to your bank. Let me answer this. Go down to your bank and start. If you got an ATM card, get a Visa card and have your limit at your cash machine ATM. Raise your. I don't know if you're American or Canadian or Australian, or I don't know who you are, but have your ATM daily balance or amount to take out. Have that raised up to, get up as much as you can. 5,000 a day, 6,000, 7,500. Just say, cause I'm doing business. And that's, if they ask why, just say I'm doing business, and it's none of your business. Right. And they will have to raise it up. Then you can just come and hit the ATM every morning and start taking it out as cash. And then, of course, you can start going, you can also make a phone call if you got money that's going in there in order to take money out. Go and phone your nearest metals exchange and start buying silver. And then, of course, they'll tell you what it is. And the process there is when you make contact with the exchange dealers, they'll say, we'll give, this is, they'll tell you what you want or how much you want. You'll be able to go through. They have, every one of them has a website. So you'll be able to pick and choose what coins you want. Don't buy any collectible coins. Just stick to stick to the basics. Stick to the coins that are, American, Canadian, even British coins, British silver, whatever they have available, and then go buy, $5,000 or $6,000 worth, or 10,000, whatever you can. 10,000 it's not really that much based on the price of what silver is now. So that'll come. You basically, they'll send you they'll ask you for your email. Then, of course, they'll send you an email of the receipt on your email. Then you take that receipt down to the bank, and then you get to the bank. You say, I'd like to pay for this, because they won't send it out until it's paid for. And then once you go in there, they'll say, okay, you're paying this. And the teller will look at you funny. You say, it's like a bill. It's like a utility bill. And then, of course, they'll put it through. They'll have a a transfer or payment number on it. And then they just use that. And of course, that will be paid. You ask them for the receipt, and then you take that away from the teller, take it over the table, take a picture of it, and then email back the exchange place that paid receipt. So that way it's all covered. And then, of course, that'll activate, once they receive that payment, that'll activate their order, and they'll get it boxed up and send it to you, priority post, to your mailbox, or however you want it mailed to. And that's it. That's a done deal. I did that my whole time that I was doing and collecting it, and it worked out just fine. How are you preparing for the solar flash? Well, the solar flash, what I'm going to do is get in my lawn chair and hit me hard. Yep, I'm going to sit there with a nice, maybe some nice tea or whatever. But I love the sun, and I know that all that vitamin D is basically sucking all the fluoride and metals out of me when I sweat and stuff like that. We want the sun, and that's why maybe, these northern people and everybody up north that doesn't get the sun looks so damn sickly, right? We got to get into the sun as much as we can. And you're going to see, as the planet does shift, there might be the polar caps melt. Maybe. I don't know what God has in plan for us. But that might be the case. But it's not going to be enough to where we're going to lose, so much land and all this other stuff. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Okay. Everything that we've been told that, basically has been designed to scare us. Just don't be scared, because, the last thing that God wants to do is hurt his divine children. How you doing, Marvin? And thank you very much too. Appreciate it. It's okay to print your name in there so I get to know who you are. If I had 10K in the Money Farm app, I'm not sure what that is. Should I take it out? Yes, you should. Do not put it on any app. Take it out and start buying silver or anything physical. Metals, some currency is fine. Not much. But you got to have everyday currency to get all your bread and milk or whatever. And then, of course, land. You buy your land. Make sure it's all paid for. If it's not paid for, then it's going to take a calamity turn down, and it's not going to be worth much. If you owe, I would try to sell it right now. I would try to sell it, the land, if you owe any equity on it, and take the equity out there and buy metals and just try and rent for a bit. I know rent's terrible, but or even if you got enough, go buy an RV because it's summertime, and go enjoy your life. Exactly what I'm doing here. I would have a lot of fun if I was in the Philippines, but I know I'm going to get called back when we do the big shift and the RV comes. I'll have to jump on a plane and fly back because I can't do it there. So I'm giving it till, I'm giving it another 3 months and see how this thing works out. And if it doesn't, because like I says, until Trump gets control of the whole financial system worldwide, maybe not even worldwide, if he gets control of it in North America and all the central banking that's happening in the States and Canada, I'd be very, very happy with that. That would be a monumental move in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. But, as long as they do not have control, and these hackers and scammers that are in the COMEX and the Wall Street and total corruption stops being able to manipulate our metals, there's not much we can do. We're victims of the Matrix. I know right now that the Philippine peso is up to almost 45 to 1. I've never seen it like that. So it'd be a good time for me to take some Canadian money and exchange it over there. So I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. But like I said, it's, there's a lot of things in my eyes and what I could do right now, but I'm just going to sit tight because, I just don't want to, because anything can happen at any time right now. I'm going to sit tight until at least the 4th of July. And then I'll see how they start to fold out, because from what I'm understanding, from the 4th of July is going to be the day one of the beginning of the Jubilee of the celebration. And that's going to go for a whole year, which is going to be July 4th, 2027. Okay. I don't know if there's going to be a midterm election. Not sure. and I'm not even too sure about this World War III scare event. It's not heating up as fast as I want, and the thing is that, Russia is getting drained out right now, along with NATO and all these other ones. I mean, they're basically, the alliance is trying to deplete all the military hardware out there so nobody has anything or any money to fight with. This is what I'm thinking. I mean, all the old currency, once that gets replaced by the new gold-backed currency, and we get control of the central banking system, right? Then you're going to see a lot of things change. A lot of things change very, very fast. And that could happen any day, any time, right? More and more mega grifters are going to crash out, as the grift dies. Yes, exactly. They're like the the rhinos. They're Republican name only, and they are megas. They're mega in name only, but they think they don't think like mega people. They don't wanting to get America great again. I'm taking my gold and exchanging it for silver. That would be very smart. I think there's a bigger jump. You take it to the exchange place, they'll give you the best rate type thing. You might take a little bit of a hit, but you're going to find out that you're going to have, at these rates right now, you're going to get 60 to 1. So your gold is going to be a lot more valuable, getting 60 to 1. So you're going to get 60 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold that you have. And, then we're going to see silver, probably push itself. I can see, when we get into the shift or through the shift, 1,500 or 1,500 or 2,000 an ounce. That's going to be a bigger gain percentage than gold will ever be. Gold at best will maybe double. The 1972 peso coin Philippines was 40% silver. Yeah, there you go. And that's going to go back. I mean, the peso, I am seriously thinking that the peso, I know I've got silver, that I can trade off for peso, but I'm leaving I'm not being proactive, so to speak. I'm just basically the silver that I have in the Philippines. I'm kind of leaving it as silver. And if I need a little bit of peso, then I'll just go sell a little bit of silver off. That's how I'm doing it right now. So I'm not being, I'm not doing any serious speculating. I'm going to build a Hobbit Shire with my redemption. Good for you. Yeah, I mean, this is all about your dreams. This is all about what you want to do, right? And, their dreams that you're dreaming about, they will come true. And they're going to come true very, very soon, And I'm just taking one day at a time and thanking the Lord that, he's given me the, the health and the aptitude and the wisdom, out there that to help everybody as much as I can, right? What about the people on benefits? That's not going to be affected. They're not going to be affected. You're talking about benefits or anything to do with disability or pension, anything like that. It's not going to be affected. In fact, I got an extra. It was called essential services that was sent to me by the regime. I imagine it was the Global Alliance because we are being run by the militaries for $266. That just came in out of the blue. So, I mean, $266 better than a kick in the butt, right? And I was, it was a nice little surprise. It's not much, but it'll buy me I don't know, a little bit of decent food. I'm staying away from a lot of store-bought stuff. I'm trying to learn how to, work my crock pot a little bit more, get the good foods in there. And I'm washing all my vegetables and anything I want to throw in that crock pot in baking soda. and leaving it in there for 5 minutes, and then I wash them off, right? Just because it's just a way healthier way to do it. Is there was there supposed to be a solar flash in 2014? I'm not sure. We we might see it. There might be a white flash. There might be our everything might look very, very white, but that concentration of positive energy is what we should have on us. Now, the negatives will go hiding. They'll go running. But us Christ consciousness beings, we want that new energy coming, right? This is all about ascension. The old matrix is 3D. Let's put it that way. The old matrix that you're living in is in 3D. You are 4 to 5D right now. And you're every time you play in the 3D or every time you play in the matrix, you're descending your energy. Your energy is being sucked out of you because you're living in 3D. The more you cross over and break away from the everyday going-ons, and aware of things that are happening around you, and see that these are not things or events or situations that you want to be in, right? The more you're awakening, the more you're stepping out of the old 3D matrix, right? Yeah, the old matrix, in some cases, now they put it that way because back in the old days where our fathers and our forefathers before that, they were living in a more clean environment, and they were a lot stronger. They were a lot more cleansed, and they took on, what would you call it? Old wives, and family heritage, things to keep your body clean, and such as doing the cloves. They knew all about all that stuff about but then of course it all got taken away, and our ascension, that we might have been in a high vibration, all sank, and we got sucked into this matrix that we are now living in. Since wartime, it was even before. It was 1913 is when we really took a dive. And that's because the monetary system and the the dollars were, our gold and silver was all being taken away. And, you've got people out there. I mean, there's gold miners right now that have all this gold, and they have good deposits and everything's going. They're being found and arrested. And they're being arrested for whatever phony charge or whatever trumped up, or whatever phony charge is being applied to them, and they're having to burn through their money or whatever they've got in court cases. It's crazy because they're going after the guys that are actually digging it out of the ground, that are in doing it for a serious business. And if they don't get them there, they'll get them on the tax front when they're trying to scare everybody. And, this thing that's going on right now with, I think it was John J. or John G., this Asian boy, he's saying, well, listen, when you do collect all this money and we do have this advance and all this profit coming from all this metals and stuff like that, you're going to, when you go to cash it in, you're going to have to, account for that with your accountant, and the government's going to tax you. I couldn't find that to be such more bullshit than I've ever heard. The last thing you want to do is declare your profits from your metals. Metals is God's money, and it's not taxable. Okay? End of story. Don't listen. Okay? End of story. Don't listen. Buy your copper. Like I said the other day, I went down and I got a big, huge tube, 6-foot tube of 2-inch tube. It had to be at least 7-8 pounds, and of copper. And I'm stockpiling copper, and I'm stockpiling there's going to be a melt value of that very, very soon. And when I go to cash in silver, I don't have any more gold because I traded it all for silver. But when I start trading off my silver, the last thing I'm going to do is declare it. I mean, really. So you can't be listening to anybody out there. You keep your silver. If you need a little bit of cash, go down to the jewelry store or whatever and sell it off, or go to the exchange places and they'll give you cash over the counter, because the people out there are not wise to even though that the metals are considered currency, they're still not, if you go to drop a silver dollar on the table or on the counter at the grocery store, they'll look like they'll look at you like deer in headlights. Okay. They won't know what to do. Completely programmed. But yet you say that silver is currency. They won't know how to handle it. And they won't accept it. That's why, because they don't know. So that shows you, and it shows me, the actual value of what silver is valued at. This piece of silver, like I said before, see if I got anything there. Hang on a sec here. This here piece, when I first made it, okay, that's a piece of silver. I think that was $60, $70, okay? It's worth $500 now just on weight. Okay? Because there's about 4.5 ounces there. Okay? It's heavy. Because I folded it. So that and I could wear it every day. And when my car got busted into, this was in the glove box. They left it because they didn't know. And I just thank God that they don't understand it. But soon the whole world will know the value of precious metal. And we will be using it through tokens and using it as normal currency. It's coming. So that's why I'm saying buy it now at $68 an ounce American. Buy it now and look at what's going to happen on the other side. You can go and buy XRP. I have got a buddy of mine, that says that his son had done it. I'm going to see if I can, throw a little bit of money down on it, and I'm going to just let you know how that all went. I'm going to test it. And if it works, I'm going to let you all know that this is what I did, step for step. And, maybe we'll get into the game, right? But I'm certainly not going to put a whole pile of money into it. I'm just going to, see the process and how it's going to work. And just so I'm in the game, because what I'm understanding, the cryptos are not part of the matrix. They're part of the new world. Okay. The paper money was what we see. Okay. This here is the matrix. As you know, that's the matrix. This here is the new world. Okay. That's how that works. And we're going to see a lot of this stuff change over. Okay. And what we have to do is teach ourselves as fast as we can about the difference between the matrix and what our new world is going to be like in 5D. Okay. The NPCs, like I said, will not make the shift. How you doing, Sagittarius? Good to see you. Hey, MB. TDS is what the Trumper Humper cult, has. You have to be deranged to still support the Gulf shifter. Well, there you go. Full exposure of this person, whoever they are. They don't get it. They're shallow thinkers. Okay. They do not have the capability of reading between the lines and seeing exactly what the big picture. They don't have that capability. So this Paulson, whoever it is, maybe, I don't know who it is, will not make the shift because they are still in this TDS system. If that's what you're trying to make a statement. If you're a Trump supporter and follow with what he's doing and trying to do, if you know what he's trying to do, which I'm trying to explain, then I take my words back. But the solar flash is 1,000 degrees. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to. I'm just not sure about the solar flash. I think we have to watch and maybe get on to what Ishmael Perez is saying. I don't think it's harmful. I really don't. When will it be? Nobody knows really. I know we're on the edge. There's a lot of stuff that's coming, a lot of technology coming. Yeah. How you doing, Raging Cajun? Main thing is to stay calm. Absolutely. Yeah, because, the whole world, when this all comes, when the shift starts happening, we're going to see a lot of people lose their mind. How you doing, Brian? Alex, you mentioned the other day that company bought batteries to silver or for silver instead of lithium. Yes. Well, that's what the shift is happening right now. Lithium is not part of the shift. Okay. That's all going to be part of the old. See, anything that's out there right now. I mean, there might be electric cars, and I'm not saying there won't be. I'm just saying that the stuff that they're using to power the electric cars is the lithium, and that's on this side of the shift. It's part of the old matrix, and that's why silver is going to be so important on the other side, because that's what they're going to. Because the what do you call it? The plus side is 100 times more. Has more of an advantage having silver as your battery system than lithium. Lithium's dangerous. It'll heat up. Doesn't like water. Doesn't like cold. Silver doesn't matter. You can put silver in the ground. You can put gold in the ground, bury it for 10,000 years, and it'll come out looking the same. Right? Yep. How you doing, Deborah? Other device, I'm Twinkle Toes. I'm still okay. That's another comment. I'm not sure. Next week, temperatures will be in the 30s. Yeah, well, she's going to get warm. That's good. Well, like I said, if you're going to get out in the sun, do it in the morning or in the evening. 15 half hour before the sun goes down, 15, stay out 15, 20, 30 minutes after the sun comes out. I can handle a little bit more, but in most cases, about an hour on each side. I don't have enough to buy any land. Well, that's fine. We'll just wait for the other side. You will be getting a big deposit. So start thinking like a millionaire and start looking around things that you maybe want to buy in your area or another area or whatever. Start exercising your dreams. Yeah. So this, can you get rid of this one here? It's PO. Yeah, this is what it is. The spelling is warrior is, I can't see. It's poinsettia. Yeah, get rid of poinsettia. Poinsettia illusion, maybe. Yeah. Completely off the mark. Completely triggered. Has no concept, no level of conception. ICE became a secret police. No, they're not. They're taking away all the criminals. Trump just paid himself $1 billion. Really? See, these people are, you know, they believe everything they read and what's going on. This is why I don't listen to people like, you know, in this area anymore, because they're just, you know, they're negatives. Okay. Are you saying not to buy land? I'm saying, yeah, buy land if you can. But make sure, like it says, I wouldn't myself wouldn't be doing it right now because it's overinflated, you know. But I'm saying on the other side, yeah, I'm saying what I'm saying right now is if you have land that it's, you know, that you have paid for, then just sit in it. It's just not going to be valued what you think it is on the other side. But it will be paid for. So that's kind of money that was spent and whatever. But if you got equity in it and quite a bit of equity, I would advise you to maybe sell it, take the equity out, and then use that equity money to, you know, put yourself on ice, relax for a little bit, maybe go buy some silver and gold and whatever you've got, and just wait for the shift to happen because the markets are about to crash. I'm already getting reflections of the crash happening right now. There was that yesterday. And I believe that the crash is going to come. They have to crash the market. They have to. Now, I don't know about how far they're going to crash it, but they're going to have to do a lot of changeover. And I don't think they're going to crash it for that long because they don't want to, you know, want humanity, or the people to go into a despair, too much despair. Jesse Waters at Fix Disclose for alien species. Yes, exactly. That's very big. You know, that's for the, you know, for the normies and the sleepers. I'm sure they're talking about it right now. Anybody that's listening to Jesse Waters. This is all stuff that, you know, we said was going to happen. And this is only going to get more and more. IRS is gone. Yes. They text me too much if I pull all my money out of the 401s. It's none of their business. Okay? Pull your money out or even just change it over to just get your wealth management guy or whoever it is at the bank or whatever you're dealing with. Tell them I want to put it all in silver, physical silver. Just do it that way. And I'd like to have it delivered to my place. That's all I would do. Right? Don't trust the banks. You know, banks are being run. Still, the banks that are still open are still being run by the cabal. Yeah. When you do your redemption center, it wouldn't hurt to go in and when you're getting your new account and your QFS set up and your dashboard and everything else is set up, ask for 100 checks. You know, blank checks made out in your name, you know, with your name title, whatever name title you want. And it'll, whatever frequency on, I don't know how that's going to work exactly, but just have the checks there. And you know, once you got that, then you can go out and buy big ticket items. I saw where 93 senators were executed. Yes. Democrats and Republicans. Yep. Yep. They're all being, anybody that's in there now is a body double or, you know, playing out their acting part. June 17th, action in England match. Yeah. We have a big thing going on at the White House with the WFC. I don't know exactly how that's all working out. There's, I know Sean Strickland's having a tough time because he was not invited. I don't know what the reason was there. But you know, I know Dana White is up to his neck in whatever's going on there, and so is Trump. I don't know. Is this part of a distraction? You know, being displayed to keep our minds on this stupid thing that's going on. I don't know. But like it says, we have to watch everything from afar. Okay, observe, don't absorb. Okay. Trump is trying to do the financial shift organically. Yes, I agree, Warrior. He's trying to do without too much collateral damage. That's what's happening. But, once he gets control of the COMEX, which is the middle, we're going to start seeing the shift happening. Now, the military, they're trying to do this as organically as possible, as what you say. That's exactly what he's trying to do. So, he's not one to go out there and hammer things down and do things recklessly. He's doing everything very methodically. In California, they're having drills on old hospitals, old hospital wartime drills. That's interesting. Yes, XRP, XLM, very much alive. Thank you very much, too. XRP is king. Yeah. I haven't got any, but, not saying that I'm not going to do it. If I know that I'm not going to put a lot of money into it, but of course, XRP, when that blasts off, you're not going to need much XRP to get wherever you want to go to. How you doing, Tammy? What will happen with BTC? If it's something that's on this side, I'm not sure. I don't think a lot of these three-letter, unless it's tied to the coin right now, which I'm not sure it is. I'm not seeing it in there. It would have to be on my, if it's not in the list of metals, then, and I'm not seeing any BTC. No, I'm not seeing anything here, so I don't know. I myself would play it safe and pull it. Excuse me. Silver, I'm praying for 2K to 6K. Well, yes, that would be great. We'll see how it's going to fly, but I'm looking very closely at the U.S. debt clock, which is about 1800 per ounce for silver Canadian, which is pretty cool. That'll give me a touchdown. Good morning to you from Michigan. Yeah. What's your estimate on copper going to? I'm sure there's going to be like all the other, how they changed from the industrial over to precious metal. I believe that copper will, right now it's $6-7 a pound, will go to $6-7 an ounce, and then of course it'll start moving up quite rapidly from there, based on the demand, because there is only so much silver in the ground. They're going to be blowing through that in no time. Yeah, and of course, silver will have to go to a certain limit in order for the miners to get back in the ground and start mining it, because right now they're not. It's not worth them going in the ground for. Copper and silver are actually mined together. Okay, they're mined together, and they're using, silver comes out as they say 7 to 1. So the seven ounces of silver comes out for every ounce of gold, which I think is the other way around. I think there's 7 ounces of gold coming out to 1 ounce of silver, because everything they've lied about everything. I'm just looking at it from a metal, prospector point of view. I've been in this game a long time, watching metals going back 35 years. And I just believe that there's more gold coming out. Like, you can get gold anywhere on the Fraser River, on any type of river you want, and you hit any creek, you'll find gold there. Silver, you got to dig for. How you doing, Mojo? Is buying land in cash a good investment? Absolutely. And, but look carefully. There's good land purchase and bad land purchase. So, just make sure you, if you're a land buyer with some experience, then use your expertise. But I wouldn't be buying land right now. I just wouldn't. It's too expensive. It's overrated. It's overpriced. It's in a bubble. wait for after the shift. I'd be buying silver right now. Lots of it. I've put 90% of my investments gone into silver. I only keep a little bit of cash and, for whatever purpose. And I might even, if I feel more confident about having a little bit more money, or if I get a little bit of income, I'll squirrel that away and then accumulate up to a point where I can buy more silver. Yeah. Or go in with somebody and, even if I pick up 6 or 7 or 10 ounces at a time, I'll just go in with somebody and say, hey, throw me in for 10 ounces and then shoot them the cash. I'm really, really, aggressive on buying silver right now because I know where it's going to go, especially right now at $68 an ounce. That's a steal. Grand Rising and good afternoon from Middlesbrough, England. How you doing, Stuart? How's it going, Rosie? And Carpe Dem, welcome. The benefit system will go. Yes, it will. Thank you, Ware. Yeah, you got 266 too. Yeah, that was a nice little kick. I don't know where it come from, but they called it essential whatever. Yeah. Grand Rising from Iowa. Good to see you. How you doing, Brian? And Carrie? Sonia, good to see you. I read 95% of the cryptos will fail, through the corruption. Well, there's a lot of corruption that's out there, and it depends. Like I said, I did the list there before on the silver and what's going to advance to the new, it's going to be XRP gold, XLM is silver, XDC is copper, ALGO is platinum, and IOTA is uranium, ABAR is ABAR is palladium, QNT is titanium, ADA is nickel, VELO is rhodium. And there's going to be a couple more after that. But if it's not in that list, chances are it's not going to be on the other side. QFS accounts are already set up. Yes, exactly. So we don't do nothing. Is the 925 sterling silver jewelry the same as buying silver bars? No. Silver bars are 999.9. Silver bars and coins and anything like that. The silver, mind you, 925 is still up there, and it will be good for melt. Okay, if you want to get into the into the smeltering, right? Or I know that there's a lot of silver being sold in the Philippines, and people are getting cash, and that's I knew that was going to happen. The Filipinos way ahead of this game right now. They're setting their kiosk centers right up everywhere in town or wherever, maybe Manila, maybe some of these other cities that are around the Philippines right now, and people are bringing in all their silver and getting cash for it. So, and I'm sure the buyers there are making a lot of money. Yes, Block John. Thank you, Mojo. Yeah. How you doing, Felita and Linda? Good to see you. Yep. It's all good. Okay, any questions that anybody has, just go over to Alex West, that's a double X, in the Facebook, and friend me there. And I will be happy to answer any questions that you have over there. It kind of gives me another outlet that, if you got any questions over there, you can ask questions here. Just message me here on QFS is free, Alex West on TikTok. Thank you. Yeah. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Okay. What do you see as a biggest catalyst for crypto adoption over the next few years? Well, it's just the list that I had just given you there, bro. And, I've already got that laid out, on one of my, not my videos, but it's on TikTok here. Okay. It's one of my posts. Okay. That I laid out there. Just check them out and you'll see, what's going to advance and what won't. If it's not on there, it's not going to advance. Okay. Welcome, Thailand. Good to see you. How you doing, Chantel? Why don't you just say what? I'm not saying. Why don't you just say buy a Zim? Well, you can say, you can buy a Zim if you can get your hands on one. You can buy Zim. That's a bond, and it's going to be used. I think 85 to 90% of it's going to be used for humanitarian purposes. So you're only going to have 10 or maybe 15% to, for yourself to set up your humanitarian setup. But, Zim is, yeah, definitely. And make sure it's not counterfeit. What do we do about the whole Zim for projects things? Well, is it a scam? No, it's not a scam. It's what's happening right now is the Zim, you'll be going to the redemption centers and you'll be able to get that set up through them or however they want to do it. And then whatever you're doing for a project, you'll be put in to whoever else is wanting that same project. So you'll be put into categories, and you can do this all from the comfort of your home or your front porch. Okay. Thank you, Mojo. Appreciate it. I'm happy to answer any questions you got. Yeah, Australia silver dropped to 97. I know. And that's a good time to buy, isn't it? It's all been manipulated. You have the same database centers that are controlled by the cabal down there as we do up here in North America. Okay. You're going to see Shanghai and the Nikkei metals in Japan, a lot different numbers. If I could buy, 10 tubes right now and take it over to Japan, I guarantee I'd be making money. Guaranteed. Be making good money. But then at that point, you got all that money that you're making. How do you fly from there, say over the Philippines or back to Canada? Because anything over 10,000, you got to report. That means if you get caught smuggling, you're sent to the penalty box. So that's where they get you. It's only the criminals and the cabal that can do that stuff, such as the Comex, because of the corruption. Right. What is Alex? Okay, it's Alex West. That's with a double X on Facebook. Alex West. Yeah. Capital A, LEXX. Capital WEST. All right. Okay, gang. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll try to get on about the same time, same place. Stay in your foxholes and do something nice and kind for somebody